Most people think AI in government means faster services, lower costs, and better decisions. That is only the positive side. The darker side is that AI can also expand surveillance, automate discrimination, hide responsibility, and give governments more power over citizens. In simple words, the real question is, what happens when a government uses powerful AI systems without strong limits, transparency, or accountability? Imagine a government uses AI to decide who receives welfare support. The system analyzes income, employment history, family details, location, and previous claims. It may help identify fraud and process applications faster. But what if the data is wrong? What if the model is biased? What if a genuine applicant is rejected automatically? And what if nobody can explain why? The citizen may lose essential support because of a decision made by a system they cannot see or challenge. That is not efficient government. That is automated injustice. One major danger is mass surveillance. Governments already collect large amounts of information through cameras, identity systems, tax records, travel data, phone records, and public databases. AI can combine and analyze this information at enormous scale. Facial recognition systems can identify people in public spaces. Location data can track movement. Social media analysis can monitor opinions and behavior. Predictive systems can identify people considered suspicious before they have committed any crime. Supporters may argue that these tools improve security, but surveillance created for serious threats can gradually be used for ordinary monitoring, political control, or the targeting of critics. A system built to find criminals can also be used to track journalists, protesters, activists, or opposition groups. The technology does not know the difference. The people controlling it decide how it is used. Another danger is algorithmic discrimination. AI systems learn from historical data, but historical data often reflects past inequality. If certain communities were previously over-policed, denied loans, or excluded from services, the data will contain those patterns. An AI model may then repeat them. For example, a predictive policing system may send more police to neighborhoods where more arrests happened in the past. More police presence creates more recorded offenses. The system then claims its prediction was correct. This creates a feedback loop. The algorithm appears neutral, but it keeps targeting the same communities. The same problem can affect welfare, immigration, housing, healthcare, education, and employment. A biased human decision may harm one person. A biased automated system can harm thousands. Another major problem is the black box decision. Many AI models are difficult to understand. Even officials using the system may not know exactly how it reached a conclusion. This becomes dangerous when AI influences high-impact decisions. Why was someone denied a benefit? Why was a traveler stopped? Why was a family investigated? Why was one neighborhood classified as high risk? The computer said so is not a valid answer. Citizens have a right to understandable reasons. They also need a clear way to appeal. Without explanation, government power becomes harder to challenge. AI can also create responsibility gaps. When a human official makes a bad decision, responsibility can usually be traced. But when an algorithm causes harm, everyone may avoid blame. The government blames the supplier blames the data, the department blames the software. The software cannot be punished. This allows real people to hide behind technology. But public responsibility cannot be outsourced. A government agency remains accountable for every system it chooses to use. Another danger is function creep. This happens when data or technology created for one purpose is gradually used for another. For example, a digital identity system may begin as a way to access healthcare. Later, it may be connected with taxation, policing, travel, banking, or political activity. A facial recognition system introduced for serious crime may later be used at protests, public events, or transport stations. Each expansion may appear small. Together, they can create a system of constant monitoring. Citizens may begin changing their behavior because they feel watched. This creates a chilling effect. People may avoid lawful protest, political discussion, or controversial ideas because they fear being identified or recorded. That weakens democracy. AI can also strengthen censorship. Governments may use automated systems to detect and remove content considered harmful, false, or politically sensitive. Some content genuinely may be dangerous, but automated censorship can also remove criticism, satire, journalism, or legitimate disagreement. AI does not understand political context perfectly. It may confuse criticism with extremism, and governments may deliberately define criticism as a threat. Another major risk is data concentration. The more information government systems combine, the more powerful and dangerous those databases become. A breach could expose medical details, financial information, identity records, family data, or location history. Even without a breach, authorized insiders may misuse access. A police officer, contractor, or civil servant may view information for personal, political, or financial reasons. Security is not only about hackers, it is also about controlling insiders. AI systems are also vulnerable to manipulation. Bad actors may feed false information into the system. They may attempt to fool facial recognition, manipulate data, or influence automated decisions. A government that depends too heavily on AI may lose the ability to operate when the technology fails. This creates a dangerous dependency. Public institutions still need trained humans, backup processes, and the ability to question machine output. Another dark side is the gradual removal of human judgment. Governments may automate decisions to save money, but many public cases involve complicated human circumstances. A person may miss a deadline because of illness. A family may have unusual financial conditions. A refugee may lack normal documents. A disabled citizen may struggle with digital verification. An algorithm may treat these situations as errors or fraud. Rules can be applied consistently and still produce cruel outcomes. Consistency is not the same as fairness. Human judgment matters because public administration deals with people, not only data. There is also the risk of AI-powered authoritarianism. An authoritarian government with advanced AI can monitor citizens more efficiently, identify dissent earlier, control information, and punish opposition more precisely. Traditional repression is expensive. It requires large numbers of officials. AI can make control cheaper, faster, and more targeted. This does not mean every use of AI leads to dictatorship, but it means democratic societies should not assume technology is neutral. A tool that improves public services today may be used by a less responsible government tomorrow. That is why safeguards must be built into law, not left to the goodwill of current leaders. Governments may also use AI-generated content for propaganda. Systems can produce speeches, social media posts, fake images, synthetic voices, and targeted political messages at scale. Citizens may struggle to distinguish genuine communication from manipulation. AI can help governments explain policy. It can also help them manufacture consent. Another concern is inequality between citizens. Wealthier and more educated people may understand automated systems, access legal help, and challenge incorrect decisions. Poorer citizens may accept the outcome because they do not know how to appeal. This creates a two-level system. One group can fight the algorithm, the other group is controlled by it. But here is the brutal truth. The greatest danger is not a super-intelligent machine suddenly taking over government. The more realistic danger is ordinary institutions using imperfect AI carelessly because it is cheap, fast, and politically convenient. A department may deploy a flawed system to reduce staff costs. A minister may use predictive scores to appear tough on crime. An agency may collect more data simply because it can. No dramatic takeover is required. Rights can disappear slowly through administrative convenience. This is why high-risk AI needs strict controls. Governments should conduct independent audits. Citizens should know when AI affects a decision. Personal data should be limited to necessary purposes. Important decisions should include human review. People must have the right to appeal. Some uses, such as fully automated punishment or uncontrolled mass surveillance, may require outright bans. And responsibility must always remain with identifiable public officials. AI can still improve government. It can reduce delays, detect waste, support employees, and make services easier. But efficiency cannot become the excuse for removing rights. A government is not successful simply because it makes decisions faster. It must make decisions fairly, legally, and transparently. So the dark side of AI in government is not only about bad technology. It is about concentrated power without accountability. At the Learning Studio, we will not study AI as either a miracle or a monster. We will understand that the same system can improve public services or weaken democracy, depending on who controls it and what limits exist. Because once you understand the dark side of AI in government, you stop asking only, what can the technology do? And start asking the more important questions. Who controls it? Who is being watched? Who can challenge the decision? What rights may be lost? And what happens when government efficiency becomes more important than human freedom?